You remember it clearly, the argument, what they said, how it felt. You could describe every detail, except it may not have happened that way at all. Not because you're lying, not because your memory is unusually poor, but because your brain is not a recording device. It is a storyteller, and like every storyteller, it edits, rewrites, and sometimes invents entirely to make the story bearable. This is one of the most unsettling and liberating findings in modern neuroscience. And once you understand it, you will never relate to your own past the same way again. Memory researchers have known for decades that human memory is reconstructive, not reproductive. Every time you recall a memory, you are not playing back a file. You are rebuilding it from fragments, filling in the gaps with what your brain believes must have been true. And each time you rebuild it, you subtly change it. The memory you access today has already been altered by every previous time you accessed it. Psychologist Elizabeth Loftus spent her career proving this. In her landmark studies, she demonstrated that false memories, detailed, emotionally convincing memories of events that never happened, could be implanted with nothing more than leading questions and mild suggestion. In one study, participants were convinced they had been lost in a shopping mall as children. They hadn't. But within days, they not only believed it, they elaborated on it, added sensory details, described their feelings. The brain had constructed an entire experience from nothing. But here is what most people miss about false memories. They are not random glitches. They are targeted. Your brain preferentially distorts and reconstructs memories in ways that serve a specific psychological function, protecting your sense of self. Research published in the journal Memory found that people consistently misremember their past attitudes as more closely aligned with their current beliefs than they actually were. In other words, your brain quietly rewrites your history to make you appear more consistent, more rational, more justified than you actually were at the time. The argument you remember winning, you may not have won it. The version of yourself you remember being may be a more flattering edit. This is not weakness. This is your brain maintaining what psychologists call narrative coherence, the sense that your life is a story that makes sense, that you are a person with understandable motivations, that the things that happen to you have a logic you can live with. For people who have experienced trauma, this mechanism becomes even more complex. The brain sometimes fragments traumatic memories deliberately, scattering the details, blurring the timeline, suppressing the most destabilizing elements, not out of deception, but out of protection. The hippocampus, under extreme stress, encodes memories differently, which is why trauma survivors often remember sensory fragments, a smell, a sound, a color, more vividly than sequences of events. The brain preserved what it could and protected you from the rest. Understanding this changes how you hold your own story. It means the shame you feel about something you did 10 years ago may be based on a memory that has been edited more times than you realize. It means the narrative you carry about who you are, the difficult one, the one who always messes up, the one nobody chose, may be built on reconstructions that have drifted further and further from what actually happened. It also means you have more agency over your story than you think. Therapeutic approaches like cognitive processing therapy work precisely because they allow you to re-examine your reconstructed memories with new information, new context, new compassion, and build a more accurate, more livable version of your own history. Your brain created those stories to keep you safe, but you are allowed to revise them. Subscribe to Quiet Wiring. Every week, we take the parts of your mind that confuse or disturb you most and show you exactly what the science says instead.